What is the difference between dietitian and nutritionist? I always get this question. For being a dietitian, you have to have a degree. It's a degree accredited by American Dietetic Association. So it is a very niche process where you have to complete the course. Then you have to complete your internship of maybe 6 months or a year, depending on the course. It might be 500 hours to 1,000 hours. You also have to pass the license exam for that, and for maintaining the license you have to renew or keep giving the exams, sometimes every year or maybe once in 3 years or 5 years. It depends on the course. So for being a dietitian or a dietetic technician, you have to have all these things aligned. Then you are eligible for MNT, that is medical nutrition therapy. That means you are now eligible to diagnose if the person is suffering from diabetes, type 2 diabetes, or some cholesterol or heart issues, or maybe some kind of other issues, and now you are able to, or you are eligible to guide them or give them the nutrition plan or diet plan. This is what comes under the dietitian course. Now, when it comes to nutritionist, you can get this degree for in 3 months or 6 months or a year, depending on the course or the place where you are gaining the knowledge from. So it really depends. It can be online, it can be on person. Sometimes these people, the nutritionists, they have to go through all the case studies, certain number of case studies they have to complete and submit the data, and then they are given the degree. Then they are given the license of being nutritionist. They have to go through license process, the registered process, or they have to also do something to maintain the license. So it really depends on different kinds of institutes and different kind of organization. For me, I'm a registered dietitics, so I have to maintain my license, I have to give the exam, and I have to make sure that I did complete my internship and my license process. Now, that being said, it doesn't mean one is better than other, and one is not supposed to go to dietitians or nutritionists. It really depends on what kind of person you are going to, because sometimes what happens is somebody is really in these dietetic fields, they are self-learning, they are doing everything possible, they have the healthiest lifestyle, they have been learning about it for 15-20 years, and for the sake of having a degree they did a 6 months of some course. On the other hand, somebody who took a degree of 4 years is not into nutrition as much, but they took the degree, but they did learn all the basics and all the clinical stuff, and they are thriving with it. So it really depends on what you are looking into, but this is a process. So you have to decide whether you have to go to a dietitian or nutritionist and what you are looking for. Okay, so this is a basic difference. Dietitian can be a nutritionist, but a nutritionist cannot be a dietitian. So you have to remember that. But I do believe that if you are passionate about the subject, if you are learning all the time, and if especially the subject as huge as dietitian, or for the subject as vast as nutrition science, where it is constantly evolving, you have to make sure that you make the right decision which suits your needs.